The December 16th, 2013 meeting of the Public Safety Committee will now come to order. Will clerk please call the roll?
Ms. Boyce? Here. Mr. Baroff is excused. Chairman Hanna?
Here.
Mr. Willie Lightfoot?
Present, ma'am.
Mr. John Lightfoot?
Here.
Mr. McCann?
Here.
Mr. Michike is excused. Mr. Rocco? Here. Mr. Yolovich?
Here.
Present and Adair.
Here. Is there anyone signed up for the public forum this evening?
There is one public forum speaker, Mr. Tom Gregory.
Hi, Tom. Pardon me? I did not receive the letter. Okay.
I would like to speak in regards to the letter that I sent to the administration and also the chair of this committee and also the majority leader and minority leaders regarding what the administration has proposed as to submit by RFP indigent representation in lieu of conflict defender or public defender. Just so you know, I've been before this, as you know, a long time. I mean, I started here with Jack Doyle. I sat back for a year, I listened, watched the county, this legislative process before getting involved. Probably, perhaps the best compliment I ever got was from Mike Hanna, who said that generally my material that I bring before this legislative body is well thought out and well researched. In this particular area, I think I'm extremely well researched for, as you know, I have a criminal conviction, so I've been before the criminal courts. I'm a divorcee, and I represent myself, so I've been before the family court, and also just finished a civil part of a proceeding. So I've been before both the court, the hearing court, as well as was successful on one appeal, and I got a clarification on the second thing we brought before the appellate division. I represented myself pro se generally, but in that representation I was represented by the public defender that I can speak with no prejudice against, as well as the conflict defender, which I'll say, conflict defender did a very good job. There's no comparison whatsoever between the resources available to conflict defender and that available to the public defender. I strongly believe, as my letter will point out to you, that about the minimum representation that you can give indigents in this county is represented by the services available or provided by the conflict defender. When I look at what I brought before, I brought my arguments, and I also argued before His Honor Judge DeRacy before he went up to the federal bench. And I look at what I brought before. It's about, if I was to stack it, it'd be about this high. There's a lot of work that goes into representation, especially of indigents. And I will point out, as I pointed out in my letter, as a volunteer with the public defender, I watched that office function. And that office functions also as a kind of a counseling and an agency that can direct individuals toward the services that they need, not always legal. I cannot see how this county could ever consider doing or representing the indigent in any other way than this time-proven method that has developed since the 1970s. And I would strongly recommend against any change in that policy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gregory. Is there anyone present who is not signed up that would like to address the committee this evening? Seeing none. Next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the November 25th, 2013 minutes before you. They'll stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. Next item is new business. Madam Clerk.
Referral 13-334.
Moved by Legislator Boyce, seconded by Legislator Yolovich. Is there any discussion? Legislator Lightfoot.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, Mr. Chairman. My question to you, through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration. This is the second year that we received this grant. What were the results of the patrols in year one, through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration?
Through the chair, Jennifer Curley from the Sheriff's Office. Because of the lateness of this grant, we're not receiving it during the boating season, so we are kind of limited in the types of patrols we can do. So we limited, so they were pretty much detailing themselves at parts of the canal where there were people and car larcenies occurring. And so the numbers are not great because it was during the middle of winter. They had approximately 10 UTTs, a handful of FIFs, and 30 assists, and that was about it.
Follow-up question through you, Mr. Chairman. Could you just explain what UTT and FIS are?
Sorry about
please?
that,
Thank you.
through the chair.
Please.
Uniform traffic tickets,
Okay, gotcha. And FIS?
field interview forms,
Okay. I'm a military guy, so I understand all those acronyms.
intelligence gathering.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Is there any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 13-335, acceptance of a grant.
At this time, Mr. Chairman would like to move the agenda without any objection from the other side.
Second it, Will.
I have a motion to move the agenda and seconded, moved by Legislator Boyce, seconded by Legislator Lightfoot. Is there any?
Which Lightfoot?
Willie Lightfoot.
Okay.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right, the agenda has been moved. Are there any other matters to come before this committee this evening? Legislator Yolovich.
Mr. Chairman, this is your last official duty as Chairman of Public Safety. I've been on Public Safety for 8 years. I've had the honor of serving with you for many of those years, and I'd like to say on behalf of both sides of the aisle, thank you very much for your service to us.
Thank you, Mr. Yolovich. Thank you. Thank you. I would just like to take a moment to thank the administration, for everybody here from the administration and public safety, for all the help and that you have given me over the years. It's been a pleasure working with you. I'd like to thank Willie and John. It's been a pleasure serving with you, as well as all of you on this side. It's truly been a pleasure. And Cheryl, I would be remiss. Thank you so much, and your staff have done a wonderful job. Thank you, and I will miss this. This I will miss. So thank you very much. There being no other matters, the December 16, 2013 meeting of the Public Safety Committee now stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Public Safety Committee will be held on Monday, January 27, 2014 at 5:30 p.m.